Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we are unboxing 6 books again, just like we do pretty much every month from the Junior Library Guild that send me books. And I don't know what's going to be in here, so it could be from all different genres, all different types of books and stuff. And so let's find out. So let's see. So the first book is called Solstice by... Okay, I'm gonna have to set this box down. I can't hold this. There we go. The first book is called Solstice by Lawrence Allison. It is really short, so I'm intrigued by that for sure. Okay, yep, it looks interesting just because I saw a page that had like text messages or something on it, something different. So that's cool. But mostly it's pretty much told normally. Okay, so let's see what it's about. Tropical Island Music Festival turns into a deadly nightmare in this comic thriller. Okay, it's a comic thriller. How cool. Oh, this is like that, what is it, Fire Festival? Like the thing that went awry with the music festival. That's what this is. It says that basically she gets a trip, all-inclusive trip to Solstice Festival. And she gets there and basically it's all these rich teenagers partying. And it's nothing like a luxury vacation though. It's actually, there's barely any food, nowhere to stay, and not enough porta potties. Soon the festival is trending on social media for all the wrong reasons. And musical acts are canceling right and left. So that's definitely the backdrop right of that actual festival that happened at in real life. I mean, basically the same. But then it says, then the first dead body washes up on the beach. Dun, dun, dun. So this looks really interesting. It's basically like, was it called Fire Festival? And now I'm confused. Okay, yeah, it was called Fire Festival. I literally had to look it up because I wasn't sure and I had to know. So it's basically like that, kind of a fraudulent music festival, it said, but with murder mystery, and it says it's funny. So I'm really intrigued, and it's so short that I'm probably going to read this one. All right, let's go ahead and pull the next book out of here. Okay, this one's called 7 Deadly Shadows by Courtney Alameda and Valen E. Maitani. I can't say these names. I'm so sorry. It's really bad. So 7 Deadly Shadows. I don't know if it's going to be fantasy. What do you think? No matter how much I try to put the words out of my mind, they keep playing themselves over and over again. And here's the words. I don't think you're the girl you pretend to be. What sort of creature are you? Who are you, Kira Fujikawa? What sort of creature are you? So is this fantasy? Let's find out. Okay, this sounds awesome. So it's this girl who's like bullied and she's ignored by her parents. And finally she feels at home in her grandfather's Shinto shrine. And she's going to train to be a priestess there. But it says her life is shattered one night when her shrine is attacked by a vicious band of yokai demons. And with the help of Shiro, who's her shrine's half fox, half boy kitsune, she discovers that her shrine harbors an ancient artifact of great power, one the yokai and their demon lord, I can't remotely pronounce his name, will use to bring an everlasting darkness upon the world. And then she's going to enlist the help of the Shinigami death gods. Wait, that's from Death Note. Oh my gosh, I remember the Shinigami. Oh, that's so cool. So it's going to have a lot of like Japanese culture, I guess, in it then maybe even. And it says with world drawing near, she realizes that if she has to get an unlikely band of heroes together, and if they're going to survive, then they have to work together, confront their own demons, and rise as one to face an army of unimaginable evil. Oh my gosh, that sounds so cool. This is going on the TBR list that is basically never ending, but you know, why not add more? Okay, let's pull another book out of here. I laid it way over here. Okay. The next book is called The Blossom and the Firefly. What do you think? Historical fiction? Kind of looks like it. Hers is the last face he'll ever see. Maybe romance as well. Kind of looks like maybe it's going to be a World War II or something. I see it mentions Codename Verity, the author on there. So this is by Sherry L. Smith. Okay, this is a war and love. Look at that. It's a tale of war and love. Wow, we guessed that instantly from the cover. It's going to be about, it's a sensitive and lyrical tale of redemption, sacrifice, and hope. But let's see what it's about. Wow, this is about a kamikaze pilot in Japan in 1945. So he is actually a talented violinist, but he's also a kamikaze pilot. And in the days before his first and only mission, he thinks he's ready to die for his country, but then he meets this girl, Hana, and Hana hasn't been the same since the day she was buried alive in a trench in this bomb raid. And they finally meet each other, and it says a song will bring them together. The war will tear them apart. Is it possible to live an entire lifetime in 8 short days? Aw, that sounds so sad. This is definitely not the book for me. I don't like historical fiction or romancy type things like this. But I mean, from the point of view of like a kamikaze pilot, that would be really unique and different. The Blossom and the Firefly. So I don't know if that sounds interesting to you. Check it out. All right, let's pull out our next book. It is... I think I accidentally cheated and saw one in there too that I actually recognized. So this one's called Only Mostly Devastated. I'm going to say, what do you think? Probably just like realistic fiction, teenagers dealing with their problems. I mean, I see a bunch of different teenage looking kids from different like types of, different kinds of kids in here, something like that. All right. So this is, it's sweet. It's cute. It's hilarious. It's a heartwarming, heartrending story. There's apparently a lot of romance, heartbreak. Okay. So it's definitely going to be a romance. Okay, so basically this guy named Will has this summer fling with this other kid named Ollie, and they eventually go back their separate ways, but then Ollie winds up having to go to a new school across the country, and he realizes that Will actually goes to that very same school, and he thought he was, this sweet guy that he had met over the summer, but it turns out he is not quite who he thought he was. He's actually sort of a bit of a jerk. So he doesn't want to really continue their relationship. It's kind of hot and cold. And the last time he gave Will his heart, Will handed it back to him and trampled and battered. Ollie will have to be an idiot and trust him again with it, right? Right. So, okay, not for me, but, I'm not really into the realistic fiction or really actually romance at all. But it's very short, and I feel like people enjoy this if they like romance and just like realistic fiction with teenagers and their problems. All right, we have 2 to go. I'm going to save the one I recognize until last. Let's see. Okay, well, this just looks like a super cool cover, so take a look at that. I mean, how cool does that look? Sorry for the glare. Dark and Deepest Red. What do you think? There's like ballerina people dancing, and then there's like thorny bushes and stuff. I'm not really quite sure, but I'm really intrigued. So it's a book. I mean, do we think it's going to be fantasy? Okay, there's just this little blurb. It says, I was an Oliva or something. Our history written in blood and thread and the glint of glass beads. I had learned from my own fearless abuela to take what I feared and use it. I had learned from a girl with rage-lit eyes and a blue dress to grasp the blade the world held to me and hold it myself. Okay, so it says it is magical as an incantation, and it's eerie and suspenseful and romantic. Oh, here it is, an irresistible dark fantasy about love, friendship, and the bonds of sisterhood. No one does magical realism quite like this author, whose name is Anna Marie McLemore? Maybe it's just McLemore. All right, so we've got 2 girls who are 500 years apart. So one is in the summer of 1518 in France, it looks like. There's rumors of witchcraft and demon possession that are spreading, and so suspicion turns toward the main girl, I guess, Lavinia, and she has to do unimaginable things to save herself and everyone she loves. 5 centuries later, it says a pair of beautiful red shoes seal themselves to Rosella Oliva's feet, making her dance uncomfortably. They draw her towards a boy who knows the dancing fever's history better than anyone. Emile, whose family was blamed for the fever 500 years ago. But there's more to what happened in 1518 than even Emile knows, and discovering the truth may determine whether Rosella survives the red shoes. So I'm guessing the first girl like possessed these shoes or did something, did something to them, and now she's like using Rosella by using the shoes to control her or something. So I don't know. It says it's a forbidding magic of a fairy tale with a modern story of passion and betrayal. So it's pretty short as well. I'm definitely intrigued. I don't know if I'm as intrigued by this one as I am some of the other ones, but I will definitely give it a try. And finally, our very last book. Let me get it. We've got one I've actually heard of, Scavenge the Stars. I hear people talk about this by Tara Sim. Now, I tried Tara Sim before when I read The one about the clocks. Timekeeper. And I didn't even make it through it. I made it like 100 pages and I gave up. So I don't know. Well, there's paperclip. I don't know how I feel about trying another one, but I'll give her one more chance. So let's see what this is about. Okay, so girl rescues stranger from drowning. The man she saves offers her like riches and a new identity. And the two of them become entangled in a dangerous game of deception. But not surprisingly, they find themselves unexpectedly drawn to each other. I don't think that's unexpected. I totally expected it to already say that. But the more Amaya discovers about her past, the more she realizes she must trust no one. This is a first novel in a sweeping fantasy duology that is, oh my gosh, a gender-swapped retelling of the Count of Monte Cristo with high-stakes adventure, romance, dueling identities, and breathtaking betrayals. Oh my gosh, it's a retelling of the Count of Monte Cristo. That's awesome. I do remember hearing that there was a book about that from other booktubers, but I did not remember it was this one. So this is going on my list immediately. I'm also actually trying to kind of read Count of Monte Cristo. It's an ebook on my phone right now. I'm not very far. I'm like 1% in. So it's a big book. But anyway, maybe I should try this one first and then I'll want to read the original. I don't know. Maybe I should read the original first. You guys let me know. I'm not sure. So those are some new books I got for the library. Let me know if one of those sounded really interesting to you. If you would read any of them. I think I'll read most of them. I mean, I don't know how I'm ever going to read all these books I want to read. It's just impossible. But I need to at least preview these so that I can let my students know what they're about and be able to recommend them to the students I think would enjoy them. So hopefully you enjoyed this and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.